What's up guys, welcome back to another video of Future Aquariums. Nathan here, and today I'm kind of bringing another sad video because my Glo Light aquarium fixture just died. It didn't really die, but like I did some research. I think the ballast is broken because whenever I plug it in, it flashes, or maybe it's like the wiring in my house is broken or something. But you can see like that happens. Like it goes on for 5 seconds, goes off for 5 seconds, and flashing lights aren't really good for discus, especially discus. So I upgraded to a new light, but I'll do another video for that next time. Today we'll only focus on the Glo Light and my experience with it. So this Glo Light is a light that I got for free from a friend of mine that stopped keeping his aquarium. It's actually my parents' friend. He just gave me the light, and it's a $200 light, and I got it for free, so it's pretty worth it. And I've had a good time with it. I've had a lot of like plant growth with it. So today we're just gonna discuss the pros and cons and whether or not you think it's worth it for you to buy this light, because it is pretty expensive, $200, but we'll see, and you guys can decide whether it's worth it for you or not. This light is very high intensity. It's very strong. When I had it on my light, on my aquarium, I've even had some green hair algae grow, and all my nutrients were good. So it was probably due to the high intensity light, and sometimes maybe like the fish waste and stuff, and maybe a little excess nutrients in the water, because I sometimes do feed my fish a lot, because look at them. But anyways, aside from that, that light was very, very strong. It even gave me green hair algae, so it probably can let you keep a ton of plants in your aquarium if you wanted to. The second pro is that like your plants grow super well under the Glo Light. You can see I've had a ton of plant growth. These Amazon swords started as babies from my original Amazon sword. And also I've have a carpet of these Florida somethings that's only grew this much because of that light. You can see now under the new light, but this tank did like not have a light for quite some time, so it's browning a little bit. Hopefully my new light brings it back. But I've had a ton of growth. You can see my stem plants all growing to the top. This plant, I forgot what it's called. I think it's a crypt. And my Amazon swords that I said before, they grew a ton. So this light definitely does its job well. You can keep so many plants with that. You can probably keep any plants you want, all the high maintenance stuff. You can even add CO2 to your tank, and your options for keeping plants are probably unlimited. Another pro for this light is that this company, Hagen, has amazing customer service, or so I've heard. I never really had experience with it since I don't have the receipt, so I can't really do anything about it. But it has really good customer service, so if your light breaks down in like the first month or so for unknown reasons or something, you can call them and they'll give you a replacement. They'll do whatever they can, because I've heard they can even replace your whole light fixture for you if you're having problems, as long as you have your receipt. So that's pretty good. Makes it a little safer for you to spend that much money knowing that it won't go to waste and it just won't break right away. Now another pro is that it has like an adjustable height and a clamp that you can use to clamp your aquarium, but most lights have it these days. But this light has this also height adjustable thing, and you can even use it without, but you can stick it into these holes and then clamp it, and then it's your new height for your new light. And I don't think the length is adjustable, so that's not a pro. But the height is adjustable, so if it's too high intensity, you can just make it higher. And if it's too low and your tank is really deep, just make it lower. So that's another really good pro. Another pro is that this uses T5 bulbs, so anytime your bulbs die out, you can just replace it and it'll be like a brand new light. So that's really good. So as long as your light fixture doesn't die out and your ballast is safe and everything, you can just keep getting new bulbs and this light will be good forever. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for the pros. There's a lot of pros for this light. I mean, I've had a great time with it. My plants grew phenomenally with that light. You can probably even get some good red on your plants with that light. if you like, but I've also heard that you get red on plants because of iron, but highlight might also have something to do with it. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. So overall, I've had a great experience with this light. So now we'll talk about the cons. Cons for this light is, one, as I said before, it's not adjustable with its length. So that's the con. You can't really adjust it to your size, so that's not good. But that's okay because you can do the height. But anyways, I'm being biased. The next con is that, as I said before, this uses T5 bulbs, and I've heard that T5 bulbs take up more power than LEDs does. But this is very strong, but it does take up more power. I am being very biased here, but it uses T5 bulbs, so that's not the most environmental friendly choice. So that's another con. And another con is that it has limited control. It really only has 2 settings, on and off. So that's pretty much all you can do with this light. And I know when people buy lights, they always want to have control over it, like whether you have blue lights. This doesn't really have blue lights. It's just white light. So that's another con. So you can't really like make it fade out or fade in or have like cloud coverage like other LED lights might have, since it is a T5 light. So that's another con. You have limited control. And another con is it has a 3-prong plug. So most timers that I know of, at least, is only 2 prongs. So you can really only just plug it in here, unless you go out of your way and buy a new timer that is a 3-prong timer. Luckily, the friend that gave this to me also had the 3-prong timer, so I was fine with that. But if you guys are buying this and you want it to be on a timer, you probably have to go out and buy a 3-prong timer if you don't already have one. And I think those are more expensive, so that's another con. And the last con that I have is its price, of course. It's $200 and you're not getting very much control over it. It's bulky. Another con. It's bulky, and yeah. So now on to the question. Is it worth it for you to buy this $200 light? So in my opinion, I'm not sure how long the other person used it for, but I think he used it for like a couple of years, and then he gave it to me, and when I use it, it finally broke down. So I'm not sure how long you can use it for, but either ways, there's really good customer service, so even if it breaks down early, you can replace it. And besides, I've had amazing plant growth with this light. So if you have the money and like a lot of plants that you want to grow, I think this light definitely worth it. Go for it. Like this $200 light, even though it's bulky and stuff, it did really well. You can go back to my other videos on my aquarium and you can see when I first had these Amazon swords, they were only like super tiny, but now they're massive. And this tank is pretty deep too. I'll say like maybe 2 feet deep, and this light penetrates all the way. So it's really up to you guys. I gave you guys all the pros and cons of this light. So in the end, the decision comes to you if you guys want to spend that money. But just keep in mind, you get what you pay for. And even though I paid nothing for this light, it did break down fast, but like my plants grew amazing and I had a great time with that light. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.